Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to end a video, and this is a paid request for Jason. Thank you so much for that. If anyone's interested in requesting any type of videos, whether it be a movie review, re-review, topic, a reaction, a commentary, playing a video game for an hour, a full playthrough, a tier list, a ranking, movie news, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below. That's all, folks. In the info box down below, again, Patreon, CashApp, I have those as well, because people have asked about those, but PayPal is usually the best bet, and I will get to them as soon as I can. And for those who have sent them, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It really helps. But BuyBust from 2018. This is a film I never heard of before. Never heard of it before. It's a Philippine action thriller from 2018, directed by a guy named Erik Matti, that stars Ann Curtis and Brandon Vera. Apparently Ann Curtis is like one of the most popular actresses in the Philippines. And then Brandon Vera, he was an MMA fighter. And pretty much the story is this team of the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, the PDEA. They're supposed to get this drug bust going in this Manila slum. And they do it, it hits the fan, and then they gotta fight the way out. So kind of like the Raid Redemption, pretty much. They're really going for the Raid Redemption. Only I did not think this film was nearly that good. In fact, I would say I was not really a fan of this film. And it seems like the type of film I would like. But is it the worst film I've seen? No. But there's just too many issues and problems that I could just go, you know what, I'd rather just go rewatch The Raid Redemption. I just go watch a number of action films I mentioned at the top of my head. And okay, before I start, like I said, the lead girl, whose character name is Madigan, she's a character who, the last time she was on the job, her entire squad was killed, and she was the only one that was left. So yeah, her entire squad was killed. She was left, though. So she has, understandably so, a bug up her ass about authority, and, you know, not really wanting to be a team player because of her experience before. Granted, I mean, by the way she behaves, I'm kind of surprised she still is able to go on the mission at the beginning of the film, but that's just me. The other people you don't really get to know much about. I mean, there's the leader of the squad, there's a couple females, there's the big guy, Brandon Vera, which, honestly, part of me wished he was the lead of the film, because he's an MMA fighter, and his size, he's able to do more. And, you know, there's like one bit he like power drives someone. There's one bit where he takes up a motorcycle and bench presses it and slams it on a guy. I'm like, this guy I think should have been your lead, not this girl. But I mean, that's just me. But anyway, the only character bit you get is that he has this necklace and he says, as long as I wear this, I'm invincible. I can't be killed. It's a lucky charm, this necklace. But considering the film, the action does not start till like 39 minutes in the movie. So yeah, about 40 minutes you have to wait until the action starts. Now you think 40 minutes, that should give you enough time to build up these characters. It really doesn't. Because it starts with this one guy being interrogated, and he's interrogated to the point where now he's going to be an informant. And they want to take out this drug lord named Biggie Chan. Not Biggie Smalls, Biggie Chan. Then we go into this squad doing maneuvers where, you know, they go in, there's the paper targets. They do their, clear the room, clear the room. They do it again and again and again. And again, the girl, Manadian, wants to be a bit of a lone wolf. She gets yelled at by the superior, then tossed her again. And it's like, will you be a team player? Will you join us? All that stuff. They go on the mission. Again, you don't really get to know much of these characters other than the big guy has a necklace that's a lucky charm. Then they go into the slums and they wander. They split up into two teams. One's Alpha, one's Bravo. They move around here, they move around there, they move around here. One guy grabs a kid to be quiet, and the kid slices his hand and runs off. Right then and there, you're thinking, oh, well, it's blown, but no. They still continue. She even mentions Manadian, the lead girl. I'm just going to call her Manadian, her character. She mentions, hey, I have a bad feeling about this. We need to pull out. The commander's like, no, we can't. We have our orders. And then they just kind of wander around till like 40 minutes into the film. So yeah, the first 40 minutes are really pretty boring. There's really not much to note other than the cinematography is not bad looking. Like, I guess they built the whole area. They have this, because it felt like, okay, these are real slums they shot at. No, from what I understand, they built the whole, like, 8,000, they built the whole area. So commend the people who built the set and made it look like a real slum, and congrats on that. And I don't think it's a bad looking film. But as I said, you don't really get to know much of the characters. There's not really much room to care about them. Now, granted, to be fair, you could almost say the same. You just say the same thing for the Raid Redemption. To be fair, it's not. I mean, but at least that is not entirely fair, because at least throughout the film, you get a bit more of who the lead guy is and his relation to one of the bad guys, to the point that they're working together against the bad guy. Even that has a bit more character interaction, motivation, compared to this, where they try a little bit of the lead girl not liking authority because of what happened before, but just wasn't enough to really bring it home in terms of the characters, at least for me. And also, when the action happens, I do not think this girl delivered. She may be a very famous Filipino actress, but she did not handle these action scenes that well, in my opinion. I did not buy her. Granted, to be fair, they don't try to make her Superwoman, so there are times she's getting beat up, which would make sense, because, again, she's not a comic book hero. But even when she is hitting and connecting, I don't know, just her movements and the choreography, I don't know if it was because of the fast cutting, the shaky cam, but I did not care about the choreography in this. I thought the choreography in this film felt really boring. I really did. I thought it was a really boring choreography. I really did. I did not like it at all. The action scenes I thought were really boring. I did not like it at all. I was sitting there going, when is this going to kick it up a notch or two? When? Now it tries, but because after that 40 minutes, it hits the fan, and you say like the rest of the film, which is like 2 hours and 7 minutes long, which is another issue. It's way too long of a movie. It's way too long of a film. I think it outwore its welcome by a good 15-20 minutes. And again, the fast cutting at times make it hard to follow what the hell is going on. They're shooting, they're going over here, they're shooting, they're going over here. This one guy gets caught, and I barely know who he is. He gets the hell kicked out of him, and then they beat him up, and the guy's going, hey, come here. Okay, this is what you did when you get here. Oh, you know what? How about this? Here's his old man. If you don't come out, we're going to shoot him. We're going to count to 5. Oh, yeah? Boom. Shoots him. Just the action scenes because you have a lead girl that just seems too frail, too thin, is not a martial artist, is not. I looked her up. Apparently, she didn't do action films to begin with. She was a TV host. She did romantic comedies. She was not the right fit for this. Again, for an action lead, no. I'm sorry, I don't buy her in it. I don't think she was able to accomplish the moves that well. They look kind of, maybe that's why there's so much. Well, no, all the scenes have fast cutting, and that really hurt the film. Because I see there's action going on, and it's got a pretty big body count, but it's like, okay, stab. But when it's stab, like the camera's going like this, and the camera's going like this, and then it's going over here, and cut, and then going over here, and then going over here, I'm like, even the Raid Redemption, hell, the Raid 2, which I have issues with that film. I think that film needed to cut 30, 40 minutes out. But that I would rather watch than this film again. Because when the action scenes are there, they're fantastic. Especially, like, the last 30, 40 minutes are great. Great. I'd watch that. That to me, with the car chase and him kicking everybody's ass and that fantastic fight with it going to with all the bottles, breaking all the bottles, fantastic fight. And that was shot well. And yeah, it's handheld, but I could understand what was going on, and the choreography was on point. Hell, Headshot with Ito Uwais. The choreography was on point, and I could understand what was going on. Even though there was handheld and stuff, I could still see what was going on. I could still feel the impact of the choreography. This, I think, really was hurt because of the fast cutting, because of the shaky cam, and the awful music. There are times where I would hear music like ding 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 ding, like one of those old west, that with the little wire, like ding dong 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 dong. Or hell, there was one bit where after it hits the fan, they find the few people left find the spot. The lead girl is like upstairs somewhere. Two guys come in going after her. And for like 30 seconds, this Beethoven piano music plays. And then it starts playing. You never hear that type of music again. I mean, why did this randomly play like 30, 40 seconds of Beethoven piano music? And so many times the music would not fit what should be this exciting, brutal, intense beat that it should be having in the background of the score. It'd be this like lethargic, boring score that I'm sitting on. What the hell was the director thinking? What was he thinking on that? So another thing they add into this was, it's not just the bad guys going after our characters, which by this point is you lead Mandigan, the big guy, the MMA guy, the commander, I think one other lady, I think at this point, and this one guy who is leading the other team, and you tend to find out he's a turncoat, he's a traitor. Oh, and the informant, that he's still alive too. But the people who live in the slums, they want to kill the cops too. Because they're tired of their slums being warfare, being a place where this battle begins and ends, being a place where they're tired of people fighting in their home. Now, I'm sure it's supposed to say something about the government and what's going on over there. I don't know about any of that. I'm not up on my Manila, Philippine 2018 politics. Sorry. But it just made the residents seem that much dumber, and I didn't care if they got killed or not by that point. Like, these cops, didn't do anything to you. They even say we just want to leave. Why in the blue hell do you think by killing these cops that means no cops will ever come in there again? Like, that doesn't make sense. The cops are going to go in there no matter what. If the, like, you would, killing the cops would be no damn benefit. Now, if the residents said we're going to help the cops kill the drug guys, does he see one of the bad guys shoot the old man right in front of them, including the guy that leads the mob, so to speak, the vigilante mob? You see who shot the old guy. So you want to kill the cops who also want to kill that guy too? That made no sense. I hated that story direction. I thought it was really stupid. It was only there, of course, to give more of a body count where the cops go, listen, we don't want to hurt you. And then you have a bunch of like women and guys trying to kill them and they have to defend themselves by stabbing and kicking them and doing all sorts of stuff. And it's like to have, I think the director said like it was a zombie movie where there's just so many come out of the woodwork, and because there's so many, you seem like you're on an onslaught, and then you're just fighting people left and right. Well, I mean, if I want to see that, I'll watch Mayhem, which is a better movie, or I'll just watch World War Z or Dawn of the Dead remake and the original Dawn of the Dead, natural zombie movie. I'll go watch. I mean, you could have made it where maybe in the water supply they make it where these people are crazy. They're on some PCP angel dust craziness. They can't think straight. Or listen, we want you to kill these cops, or we're going to come in tomorrow and kill your entire family. So then they'd give like a, listen, I don't want to die, but I don't, listen, you help us. But then some people are like, no, I gotta do it because if you don't survive, then that, well, if they don't survive, they wouldn't. Listen, I have to do this. No, just let us go. No, if they find out, then my family's dead. I can't jeopardize that. At least you have a little bit more intrigue in the plot and the story. But that's not the case here. It's just, we're tired of this. We don't kill these cops, so no one will ever come back again. That's not how that works, dude. You idiots. You morons, you putzes. Good, you all deserve to die. Good, I'm glad you all dead. You deserve to die. But yeah, it's just to have more people attacking our cops. But even that, though, if you had a lead character that was like a Iko Uwais, or Tony Jaa, or Martha Costas, like if you had someone of that caliber who could fight, and so you could really go to town on a Scott Atkins, that would be exciting. That could be cool. That could be fun. Sadly, that was not the case with this. And I didn't, her like trying to maneuver and trying to kick and doing stuff, and I just didn't buy this girl. It looks like she weighs 89 pounds, dripping wet. Yeah, a lot of stabbings. Stab, stab, over here, stab, 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 stab. Some shooting here, but you don't see any blood squibs. For how many people that die, you don't really see a lot of gore. Even the bit where the big guy tastes like a garden shear is going to decapitate, but it's a cutaway. Now cuts back and we see a head on the ground, but like you think you don't see a lot more gore. It's not really a lot of gore. There's CG blood and the stab, there's CG blood and stuff, but not a lot of practical stuff. I am spoiling it, but there's a bit where Manadian and the big guy, the MMA guy, they're fighting all these people, and he warns her, hey, watch out. She jumps up, he gets this thing and fries the whole block, including himself. And then she resuscitates him and he comes back to life. There's a bit where those two are holed up with the informant guy, because that's all who's left. And these bad guys try to push this cart on fire. The MMA guy makes a run for it. Hey, come and get me, to try to get some people away from them. But a few of them still stay. The girl comes out, goes a little up this hill, fighting people, killing people, shooting them, stabbing them. But again, I just don't think this girl had the fluidity. I don't think the choreography was really up to snuff compared to a lot of these type of action films. And kills the people there. The big guy, there's these two people on a motorcycle trying to shoot him. He kills a couple people in a sneaky fashion, then hits both of the people on the bike, fights them. The girl ultimately helps him out. And again, the big guy like takes this motorcycle and bench presses and slams it back on the guy. Like that guy there, again, that guy should have been the lead. He's an MMA fighter. He knows how to do stuff. He knows how to get the hits in. You buy him. If there's going to be this many people attacking you, this guy, you buy into it. And it's not like you don't go in this film thinking it's a documentary being realistic. Come on now. So might as well go for broke on that. There's a bit where they're in this like little pool or something. And he's fighting people. I like the bit like they drown him. But then he gets pissed. Just like punching people. Both he doesn't make it. I guess the one action scene to note is there's about a 3-minute scene where it's all done in one take. But even then, like I've seen that done better in Extraction 2, one shot with Scott Adkins, even one more shot with Scott Adkins, the sequel. I have seen other films where they've done the one take. Extraction 1, Extraction 2, other, and I just think they were done better, more with fluidity, with a bit more of a budget, to fine-tune some elements. And like I said, this girl just, the way she moves and handles, and it's pretty much her, like, getting on a scaffold, stabbing some people, go over here, stab some people, go up, kick, punch, go over here. And it's just, I think they picked the wrong lead for all the physicality that needed to happen. It's too long of a movie. It outwears its welcome. The fast cutting, the clumsy editing, sloppy. It's more sloppy than like sloppy editing, or just with the fast cuts, and just not having someone with that really badass persona that you really need for this character that's going to go through all this crazy situations. Anyway, she kills a couple more people, gets the bad guy, gets in the fight with him. Of course, he does the James Bond thing where he ties her up and could kill her, but he explains and talks too much to the point that she slowly picks something up and hits the guy. Why, as soon as she did this, he didn't just shoot her, because it's a movie, but she slowly does this. Fights, cuts his leg up a bit, which is a little bit of blood gore in that. Takes him hostage. Well, just going to take him in. Toss to a few people, including the leader of the vigilante mob, which you're the one who deserves to die. You're the reason they got all these people killed. But he lives. Lets them go after some dialogue. She sees a supervisor. Apparently he's a crooked cop as well. She knows things are going to get screwed up. She's probably going to get killed. So she kills them all, wounds her leg, and says, well, this guy tried to... this guy didn't want to go in quietly. So she kills the crooked cops, and Biddy Chan is dead, and she's still alive. I guess the message of the movie is the crookedness of the government, because the news says, well, the bust on BD Chan was successful, and thankfully only 13 people died, while the camera is roving above that you see hundreds of people dead, hundreds of them, but yet they say only 13 people died. So yeah, I'm sure it's supposed to be this big diatribe about the government and how two-faced and awful they are. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Sorry, I dropped something. You wonder what I'm doing. I'll get it later. Hey, that's cool, but I don't care. Like, I do, but I don't. It's just, I don't think the movie's that exciting. It should have been. It seemed like it would, but like I said, after 5 minutes, 7 minutes of the way this was being edited, I lost interest quicker and quicker and quicker. And I'm like, this could be cool action, but if I don't have a lead character that I buy into the situation, physical-wise, and it's edited in a sloppy, fast-cutty, schizophrenic way that's hard to follow, then I just stopped caring. And the villains are trying to one note, and the gore, not even gore, the people getting stabbed, a lot of it's CG. The music choices were at times random and not that good, not that fitting. Didn't really get your adrenaline pumping. I was not a fan of this film, so I'm sorry to Jason. If you're a fan of this film, that's fine. I'd rather just go rewatch The Raid Redemption or Mayhem with Steven Yeun or World War Z. Like, plenty of other films. Even Siege films. Assault on Precinct 13, the original. Siege, this Canadian film from the 80s. There's plenty of other films out there that I'd rather watch. That's just me, though. Headshot with Iko Uwais. One shot and one more shot with Scott Adkins. A lot more. But anyway, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.